You asked for it. We're going to give you some alpha today, and we're talking about Avalanche and the explosion that is happening with Xbox, all tied into the Avalanche ecosystem. Don't miss it. My name is Paul Barron. Welcome back into TechPath. All right, you guys probably already know we cover Avalanche a lot here on the network, and we covered this quite some time ago. In fact, 5 months ago, you can see it. We launched that video, Avalanche launching first NFT game on PS5 and Xbox. Would happen as a major catalyst for NFT gaming in the mainstream gaming ecosystem. And there you have it. Off the Grid is now Xboxers assemble. The wild Off the Grid page has appeared on the Xbox store, ready to be added to your wish list. So you guys can start doing this now. This has arrived. Now, what does this mean for Avalanche? What does this mean for the whole gaming ecosystem? Very, very bullish. I think this is the thing that everybody has been waiting for, and Microsoft pretty much leading the way. If you look at what the potential is here for not only Microsoft, but I think traditional gaming as a whole, very, very, very bullish. So let's go into a couple of things here. One, of course, is the kind of NFTs are going to be offered within the game. Here's a clip on what is going to be available, what they are, how they work. Listen in. All right, so that was the Gunzilla version of that. But the point being is that the Off the Grid is going to have all of these as NFTs. And if you go over to the site, Gaming Off the Grid, you can see it. Here's just another example. There's the Ripper, Slugger. These are all all of these are NFTs. So you can kind of see what this is going to look like. Going to be an explosion in terms of NFT offerings. All right, so I want to go over to an article here from Game Rant. This was where they got a great Q&A with the Off the Grid Gunzilla team. And a couple of points I highlighted right here. Our game will launch with more than 260 unique weapon combinations, not including skins, customizations, etc., more than any other existing Battle Royale game. So that's a big deal. There's also a limited number of each weapon that players can have a chance to loot on Teardrop Island. This is one of the play zones. And then players then have the opportunity to trade their weapons and their attachments in the marketplace if you want. So that's a big part of this. Further in the article, they also highlight a couple other things. This is a big one. Off the Grid will be available for both crossplay on PlayStation and Xbox. Now, why is this important to a token like Avalanche? Well, the reason, and to gaming in general, is this is mainstream gaming starting the process of what we think will be normal around all games in the future, and that is NFTs are here and they are going to stay. All right, a couple of things that they highlight here in the outline of the game. You can kind of, let me zoom in on that for you. Off the Grid is not an NFT game. It's a Battle Royale game with an optional NFT element. So they have to do this to kind of, slowly bring people into the game. And if you want to try out NFTs, you can. If you don't want to, you don't have to. So that's the cool part, is making this optional. Listen, everybody's going to do it. Everybody's going to start trying NFTs. And then they're going to realize what is happening in the gaming ecosystem. It's going to be huge. Now, you also have to think about this. Phil Spencer has always been very curious about this, and I think he's showing his cards now. Listen in.
What about crypto? Play to earn is all the rage right now.
Play to earn specifically is something I'm cautious about. Now, to be fair for us in the game industry, this has existed for years and years. There have been gold farmers of people who literally just spend their time doing some menial task in a game to accrue some currency that then they could sell to some other rich player for real money so that that person doesn't have to spend their time. But now you find games that are starting to build that into the economy of the game itself. We made some comments in Minecraft about how we view NFTs in this space because we saw people doing things that we thought were exploitive in our product, and we said we don't want that. I think sometimes it's hammer looking for a nail when these technologies come up, but the actual human use, or player use in our case, of these technologies, I think there could be some interesting things.
All of that was kind of a pushback until his last statement. I think there could be some interesting things. This was a year ago, and I think Spencer has now finally come to, obviously with Off the Grid now part of Xbox. Here, of course, is Dr. Disrespect right here playing Off the Grid. This was 4 months ago. 500,000 views. Listen, give this a year. This is going to be a 2 million view video for gamers that are really active on this and what this might mean for the future. Let's take a look at some of the stats over on Avalanche, just so you guys can kind of see the potential here. Because this is Pulsar. We showed this many times. Go back and watch our Pulsar video. But if you look at the high right here on Pulsar, that is a total transactions, daily transaction, 2.7 million. And this is a subnet right now that is a test net on Avalanche. So the capacity is there for sure. All right, so let me go over here on total transactions on Pulsar. This is still testnet and now overcome the Gala chain on overall total transactions. So opportunity here going to be pretty big. Now compare what's happening in the Avalanche ecosystem to some other ecosystems that are out there that are gaming oriented, and that would be IMX. You can kind of see the network right here. I'll kind of go to where we are right now. Active addresses, this is IMX coming in from into the block. You can see the active addresses there at 691. And then if you go over and take a look at their downtime, a little bit right here, just to give you an example. If you think Solana had a problem, you have to go back and look at other chains. These things are going to happen in all these kinds of environments. And of course, I'm still very open to what's happening with the IMAX ecosystem. And I'm very interested because of the amount of game and gamers that are starting to move in that direction. But I think now Avalanche has put a stake in the ground. And I think this is going to be the first real test case that is going to, we'll do the prediction now, it's going to explode. Xbox will be one of the biggest NFT gaming platforms out there in the future. Let's take a look at the token. Avalanche, of course, moving here a little bit on this news, I am sure. Granted, part of this is because of what we've seen in the rest of the market today. Bitcoin flying over 47 and actually hit 48,000. And then Solana breaking 105. Ethereum holding at around 2,500 right now. So a lot happening in the market. Make sure and stay tuned right now here on the channel because we're going to be doing tons of TradingView videos. We'll give you guys a full rundown on a lot of things that are happening around not only gaming, but what are some of the tokens to be on the watch for right now as the market starts to heat up. If you're not in the Diamond Circle, get in right now. It's a great place to catch additional content, or you can catch me out there on X, @PaulBarron. We'll catch you next time right here on TechPath.